Good morning.
Good morning. Hello, our friends. Welcome, welcome.
Welcome to Warm and Cozy Quilting.
Who are you?
I'm Danielle.
I'm Sadie.
And we're sisters. Did you know that?
Did you know? This is my sister. She's always been my sister. I have not always been her sister.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, but there was a time before when you didn't have a sister.
Yeah.
Because you're older.
Right.
That's how that works.
Like, she was always my sister. As soon as you were born,
yeah,
you were
as soon
my
as
sister.
I was a thing, I was your sister. For sure.
Anyway, here we are.
Here we are. It's Saturday. We made it. You made it. We're all here. Good job.
Yeah. Way to go.
Way to go. What you know? What's going on? What's going on here at Warm and Cozy?
So much.
So much stuff.
Yeah.
We sent out newsletter this morning. So if you haven't seen that, check your email. If you're like, what? You sent a newsletter? Let us know. We'll get you on the list.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, you can find all of our newsletters on our website now. So if for whatever reason your email doesn't like whatever, it's all fine. You can also get it there.
I get lots of things that I really want that go to junk mail, or your email sorts it for you. I'm like, no, stop sorting it.
Yeah, right.
I want to see what I want to see. And then it thinks that other things are important when they're not. So we know how all that goes.
Yeah, trying to help, but sometimes it don't help. Anyway, we are, at least lately, thinking a lot about how we finish out the holiday season, what next year looks like.
Right.
So that's very much what's going on here. We are very excited to do the holiday sew-along.
Yes. So that is December 12th. I was like, it's like 13th-ish.
Yeah.
So 12, 13, 14.
Yep.
Which is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And
all day sew-a-thon.
9 to 9 times 3.
So you bring your sewing machine Friday, get your little spot. We give you a desk. You bring all your things, and then it's nonstop. Okay, well, there is stop, but it's 9 to 9. You go home, go to sleep, come back, all your stuff's still there.
Yay.
You just hop back in and get right back to sewing.
So we have done the Anna and Elsa retreat. Like, we've done retreats where we're going to work on a project and we're all doing the same thing. It is not a good idea to start a new project just for fun in December, right? Like, we all have things that we've got to get done, deadlines of Christmas, making sure that we've got everything in order there. So this is a work on your own. Get that stuff done. Those last minute things that you're putting the binding on.
Right. This is crunch time for a lot of people, right?
Right.
So we wanted to block out that time on your calendar, on our calendar. Also, we're all going to keep each other accountable.
Right.
So sometimes I need that help, because otherwise I will be like, oh, but I got
so much more time.
Yeah.
It's not the day before yet.
Sure. Or I'm like, there's dishes in the sink. Guess what? There's no dishes here. You don't have to worry about that.
Nope.
That can all wait.
That's right. Also, some of us really, sometimes it's like there's so much with the holidays and everything that it's nice to just kind of get away from that. So maybe you're in pretty good shape with your projects, but you're like, I've got stuff that I'd like to get done. Great. This is a fun environment where you get to hang out and
have some community, maybe make some new sewing friends.
It always happens every time. Somebody's getting somebody's phone number so they can hang out. It's so fun.
Yeah, or, it gets to be lunchtime and you're going, I'm thinking about going to lunch, and somebody goes, well, I'd go, and then you go to lunch together, and now you're buddies. Right. So very fun. We like to do this generally in December, kind of a wrap up what you got going on, finish up those UFOs.
Right.
So that'll be really fun. Looking forward to that. If you have not already, sign up. It's $125 for all 3 days. We'll have snacks and we'll give you little gifts because it's the holidays. Of course, we have to.
Right.
But you're on your own for food for that situation.
So I've had several people who were like, I'm going to bring a sandwich so that I can keep sewing, and lunchtime can be like the snacks that we've got, and, like hustle through. But, dinner time, you may want to go have a little break.
Sure.
And of course, yes, even though we're here from 9 to 9, it is create your own adventure, right? So you don't get up that early. That's okay.
Correct.
You don't stay out that late. That's okay.
Yep.
We actually will split the day because I am the early person. She is the late person. So
that all works out.
It all works out. So, okay, we spent a lot of time on.
We did. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. So we also are really gearing up for next year and thinking about all the things. So we do have all of the clubs that we've done before are back on the calendar, and they're out there ready for you to sign up. So 100 block, the snowflake. I'm going to do another snowflake group quilt.
Mm-hmm.
What am I trying to? It's not a group quilt. It's a quilt that you make in a group.
Yes, it's a sew along.
Yes, thank you. 100 block and Stripology Club.
Mm-hmm.
So the 6-month club where we make every project, we're doing that again. So, go check those out. They, of course, are limited space because we only have so much space, So, right now would be a good time for those. We've also thought about all of the other things that we can do for the new year, and we're working all of that out.
Yes.
Can't tell you all the things right now.
Right. Yeah, so more to come for sure. Also, it's now like approaching the holiday season. That's what everybody's talking about. So be on the lookout for those deals, right? This is the time of year when people start thinking about Christmas gifts and those kind of big purchases before the end of the year. So if you're thinking about any of those, just stay tuned. We'll have some good deals for you.
Yes.
Very soon.
Well, and I know that sewing machines are now.
Yes.
Yep. And through December, or at least through.
Yeah, I feel like, so it used to be very much like the big sale day was Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday.
Yeah, they did that weekend.
Yeah, it was just Black Friday, and then it kind of stretched, and then you got a weekend, and then it started bleeding into Thanksgiving, and then we kind of pushed back, and now I feel like they're like, November's close enough.
Yeah, and so just do it November, December, whatever.
Fine.
Yeah. Lots of good deals, pricing on.
Correct.
Your long arms, your
domestics,
right, everything.
Yeah.
Serger, you want a serger? You want a embroidery machine? We can help you with all of that.
Of course. Also, like we keep hearing that on a lot of these things, pricing is changing. It is at a point right now where somebody will be like, hey, I want to order in this batting. And I'm like, we're just going to figure out what it's going to cost when it gets here because I cannot reliably based on what it was last time,
Right.
So everything's kind of in flux right now.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've been holding out and you're trying to get the very best deal, I would not wait much longer. Right. Anyway, that's all. That's my caveat to my friends.
Yes.
But what are we doing today? We're chatting with Danielle. We're going to interview Danielle kind of. So last week, if you joined in, I sort of interviewed myself or talked to the camera by myself in this room about myself.
How hard was that?
Oh, so these are all things that I don't necessarily love to do. I mean, I love to share with you guys, but I prefer behind the camera.
Right.
And, it's hard when you don't have somebody to bounce off of.
Right.
But that's what we had last week. So thank you for everyone who watched the video and who interacted with me and have told me lovely things about it since then. That's very nice. Love that interaction. But so many people really liked hearing the story. Yeah. And so we wanted to bring Danielle in and get kind of her version.
Sure.
And
we're calling it Interview with a Quilter.
Yes, we are.
So.
But also, this is something that we would love to bring some of you in if you're interested.
Yeah.
It wouldn't necessarily have to be a live video if that makes you nervous. Don't worry about that. We can cut, edit, all of that. And then it wouldn't have to be on a Saturday morning necessarily.
Right.
So if you are interested, if you would like to share your quilty story, please email us. Our email is in the description wherever that lives. info@warmandcozyquilting.com, and we will get you scheduled.
Sounds great.
Okay.
So should we say hi to some people before we...
Yeah, we should.
You're right.
You're right. So, who is joining us today? Hello, Deborah.
Good morning.
She says trees in Tennessee are stunning.
Oh, yeah.
It is finally that time where the trees are kind of turning.
But we had, I think it was too dry.
Yeah,
Because we mostly have empty trees and some that are pretty.
Mm-hmm. Also, this is kind of late. Usually we get pretty fall colors in like middle October. So getting it now in early November, because we had this like unseasonably warm year, like things are just strange.
Right.
But it is pretty right now.
It is, yeah.
So I'm with you there.
For sure.
Good morning to Dolores.
Good morning.
And Paula, good morning.
Hi, Paula.
Good morning, Janice. Good to see you as well.
Good morning.
And good morning, Patty. Hello.
Hi, Patty.
Hi, Bendy from Plainfield, Illinois.
Hello.
Cloudy with a chance of snow.
Oh, yeah.
I know it's supposed to be cold, but like I'm not ready for the S word.
Yeah, right.
That's too soon. Good morning, Joni, the other half of Southern Illinois represent. Good morning, Donna. Good to see you on.
Good morning.
Donna reminded me, and so I will remind you all as well. Next Thursday, 6 p.m. is Quilts of Valor meeting.
Oh, okay, cool.
So especially in November, right? That's when we have Veterans Day. We start thinking about veterans. It's a good time if you've been curious about Quilts of Valor, what they do, how you can help. Come join the meeting.
Yeah.
We'd love to have you. Good morning to Rochelle and to Jodelle.
Good morning.
Good morning, Debbie. And
I think you missed Karen. Good morning, Karen. And Stacy.
Oh, and Stacy. I did. You're right. I jumped to another Donna comment.
That's okay. Yeah, no problem.
And yeah, she says, Happy Veterans Day to all who served and to all who support Quilt of Valor.
Yes. that is really nice.
Very nice. And good morning to Vicki and Virginia from Kansas.
Oh, nice.
Good morning. Good morning.
All right.
I love that we have faraway friends from all over.
Me too.
It's so great.
And even when it's our friends who then go far and they watch us still, it's wonderful.
It's so
like
nice.
they're like, you were playing in.
Yeah.
You know?
That's really fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm nervous.
You shouldn't be nervous.
What if I don't know the answer?
This is a quiz you can't fail. All of the
That's great.
Yes. All of the answers are your experience.
Okay.
So, when did you start sewing, quilting?
So I really started probably before Vincent was born. He's 25. So I did a little bit because I was really trying to find a hobby, like now I'm an adult now. And then I was married and we're newly married. And I'm like, what do we do with this extra time on our hands? We're not in school, we're working, but whatever.
Yeah.
So I looked for different hobbies. And so my mom sewed. I thought, well, maybe I'll give this a shot. I really didn't do much until, I obviously did a whole lot more 10 years ago when we opened.
Oh,
but,
for sure.
I did make rag quilts. That was one of my favorites because Mom had a long arm, but she was always busy with having customers that she quilted for.
Sure.
So I had to be able to quilt it myself, and I, until recently, only had a sewing machine that had a throat space
pretty small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did what I could do. So rag quilts were easy. I could get it all done on the machine and then finish it off without having to bind.
Okay. That's nice.
So it was really pretty simple, just sewing. So I did bring my very first rag quilt, and I am like, okay, it's fine.
Everyone starts somewhere.
Right.
And this is where we started.
So
And that is okay.
here is my plaid.
So
rag
this
quilt.
love of plaid is not new.
It's not new.
It's been
Pink.
there since the start. Pink, green, purple, plaid.
Yep.
Like this is so Danielle.
Yes. And this is so washed and loved. Also, I did not know anything.
Of course.
And so I didn't realize that that your batting needed to be stitched every so often. So my batting you should always stitch down your batting, right? Well, my batting, I was like, oh, well, I'm catching it as I go around, but it has slid. I don't know if they can even see that, but there's lumps in here from the batting. So I'm not getting rid of this because it's, it is the first thing that I really did start to finish that I used for myself and all of that. And then it really became cool. I can make this for gifts because I can do it without having to get mom involved and have her quilted or anything like that. And so when I met Jason and we started hanging out, and then I was part of his family. Yeah. Then I decided all of his siblings needed a rag quilt, and his mom needed a rag quilt. And I decided this the week before Christmas. So I made 4 rag quilts in no time. And Jason helped me do the snipping, and that was his first introduction to quilting. And he's like, this is dumb. This is a lot of work for what, So anyway, started with rag quilts. It really, I loved it. It's not hard. I didn't have to match up too many things that, like, if it was a little bit off, it wasn't serious.
Sure.
And
it's a quilt as you go kind of a method as you're assembling.
Because you've got the back and the front
at the same time.
Right?
Yes.
So
it was an easy, accessible way that you could make, like a really nice gift for someone.
Yes. And, even if I didn't, I always bought fabric, okay, because I love beautiful fabric. But these you could even make out of old shirts.
Absolutely. You can.
If you had flannel shirts you wanted to do, that would be fun. So it was just an easy way for me to get started.
Yeah, very cool. I know you said that, it's one of your first, and so that's kind of, you're struggling with that a little bit. Yeah. But at the same time, you have pictures of all your kids with that, quilter on their shoulders.
It has been very well loved.
Yes. And that's what you want. Yeah. Well, sometimes that's what you want out of your quilt. Yeah. So that's awesome.
It has been put up because it's just so tattered, but I wanted to keep it anyway. It's good to see where you began. Yeah. And so I was like, we got to get that quilt out. I got to take that in today.
Yeah. So what do you think inspired you to make your first quilt?
Just mostly I like handmade things. Yeah. I am really good at when there is a hobby that has multiple aspects, right? Like I get to buy fabric and I get to pick out pretty colors and all of that. And then I get to actually make things. And those are two different hobbies. Yes. I also like paper crafts. Mm-hmm. I am really good at buying paper. Yes. I have made no scrapbooks.
No, but you did make a bunch of paper flowers for my wedding.
I did.
And I do still have so many of them.
Yeah?
And it's so nice.
Yeah.
So you've done paper crafts.
I made your husband's
boutonniere.
Mm-hmm. And
John's boutonniere, his best man. And they got their favorite comic. They bought a second copy and they picked their favorite frame or page and gave it to Danielle, and she made boutonnieres out of comic book pages. So cool.
Yeah. And it was like Batman and Robin, right?
Yes.
So anyway, it was really fun. So I like those kind of things. I like to work with my hands. I like to keep my mind busy. And so that's really what inspired me. And fabric is pretty. And there's so much of it. There's so, you can spend hours looking and touching and, there's so much that's all of the senses involved, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, okay, maybe you're not smelling fabric, but you
could.
Yeah, you could.
When it smells bad, you smell it. That's for sure.
Yes, you do. But you get to, I can match these things up, and so that's always been very, very fun for me. Is the figuring out what's going to go together.
Well, and also, because I'm your sister, I know this, but art has always been a huge part of your life.
It has, absolutely.
And so this
design.
And so this is a way that you can bring artwork, right, into your home.
Right.
Which is really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I've done paintings. I've done, just any type of, I have lots of paintings that me and my kids did.
Yeah.
That I would frequently, like, I love Michael's or any of those places where I can go and find canvases on sale and buy some paints and
beads and all the things.
Yeah. When we've cleaned out, the girls' closet, I'm like, oh my gosh, here's more paints and beads and things. Yeah. So, I like any of I'm just crafty.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's great. Well, and I think for us too, Mom sewed when we were little. So we've always kind of had at least a touch point with this in our lives.
Yeah.
So just tell us a little bit about your quilting journey. So we kind of saw your rag quilt. That's where you started. Yep. How did you get to where you are today?
So then it was mostly rag quilts, and then I started piecing some blocks. Mom had been in where you would do a block swap.
Yeah.
And so she had a box of some blocks that she had gotten, and I was like, well, first of all, we only have, let's say 48 would make a good quilt, and there's 40 of them. Mm-hmm. Okay, so can we make 8 more? Can we turn this into something? So I hung out with her and would learn how to make these blocks. Though some of that part frustrated me because I'm such a perfectionist and was not there yet, right? How do you keep, I don't even have to keep a consistent 1/4 inch with a rag quilt. You want to be about a 1/2 inch. You want to be, or a whole inch. It doesn't even matter because you're going to clip it down. So, that piecing blocks together, I'm like, oh, and these have these little pieces, and how do you get them to line up? And she's like, and Mom's very much like, oh, it's fine. When you get it in the quilt, it's going to be fine. And I'm like, but I'm looking at it with the magnifying glass, seeing every thing that I've done wrong, and comparing it to the other blocks that are sitting there, that doesn't work so great. So,
but also you were new, and she is seasoned, so she's gone, I've done the perfectionist thing, and I'm over it.
Right, yeah.
I just want it to be done, and good enough is good enough for me.
Absolutely.
And you weren't there yet.
I wasn't there yet, no. So, Mom has had a long arm for a long time, and so, I would find out, okay, well, how do we even get to that point, right?
Sure, yeah.
But then... it's always just been the hobby. And I worked my full-time job and had 3 kids, and, you just don't have a lot of time.
Right.
Everyone understands that part. But there was a large turn of events in my career, and I was able to leave my job that I had been in retail and management for 20 years, and had left and finished my degree because I had just needed 2 more college credits and I'd have my degree there. So I did that over the summer, got to hang out with my kids, and started quilting with Mom and her friends once a week at her church. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of fun. I really started looking at more quilting magazines and seeing more patterns and figuring out how that all worked during that time. And that's when, of course, Warm and Cozy
came to be.
Yeah. And we opened. Now, we opened in 2015. And so we've been open for 10 years. And if I had only been sewing for 10 years, as a hobby, once a week, once in a while, but that's not the case.
Sure, right.
I immediately became, how do I learn to long arm? And really, I got good at long arming before I ever got good at piecing.
Yeah.
So I kind of, which I feel like I did things in reverse. I'm finishing all the quilts, but I don't even know how to make one. I can make a rag quilt, and I can kind of piece these things, but is it good enough? I don't know. So, and now this year I've probably made 30 something quilts.
This year,
yeah.
Since 2025. Since January.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
30.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, mostly I had it all counted
You did. We did have a full spreadsheet we made.
Yes. And because they were like, wait, but what about? And I was like, no, that was last year. And they're like, in December we can't. And I'm like, no, we can't count it. That was last year. So now it's my passion, my love. I love to piece. Currently behind us is the Echoes of Iceland quilt that is going to be our block of the month next year.
Mm-hmm.
It is a Gudrun designed block of the month using her fabrics, and I want to say I'm testing it, but I feel like she is past the point of testing. I sent in a couple of notes to her, and she's like, yeah, I caught those with the proofread, so it's all good. Everything's good. So this is the first 5 months. It's a 10-month program, and it is so cool how you build your skills through this.
Yes. So. I was going to, whoa, you're halfway there. I don't need to do that. Anyway, 5 months in.
Yeah.
But skill building, you're going to learn all of the stripology techniques as you go.
It's more than just like, stripology does all those modern things. Like, this is such a traditional quilt with your, like, Ohio stars and your, you strip piece in the center, then you add half squares, then you do, so it's all of those building blocks of quilting, and you're learning it from start to finish, so the very last thing, you make a bunch of 60-degree triangles, and it goes in this border that's gorgeous.
Yes, I
can't wait to get there.
That's awesome.
I also, should I show them these?
We're getting there. Okay. We're getting there. So you told us a little bit about your journey. What kind of challenges have you come up against?
Challenges
from the beginning to now.
Yeah. So challenges that I've always faced are like, a lot of people can do scrappy quilts.
Mm-hmm.
This is a struggle for me, mostly because I want everything perfectly balanced. Mm-hmm. And people are like, no, you get a bag of squares and you just grab a color and you sew it together. And I'm like, Today, when we were looking at this quilt, I'm like, there are 2 blocks. Oh, look, here's 2 more. Look,
I see
there's blocks that are the same color next to each other. Oh, I would never do that now. So scrappy has always been a problem or a challenge. And also, I am very much a perfectionist, and I strive for perfection. She doesn't want to say it. She doesn't want me to say it, and I'm not that good. Okay.
No, I don't want you to say that.
I strive for perfection, but I never achieve it, right? None of us are perfect. We're not going to be perfect. So, I forgot these still have the little hooks on it. Oh, I'm knocking things down. Okay. Good. So this was my very first scrappy quilt, and they can see most of it. Yeah. They can't see me anymore, but and you can see those oranges are very well thought out and placed, right?
Yes.
So it is as scrappy as I could be.
Yes. I know when you made this quilt too, you were like, I want anything but white as a background.
Yes.
So we were trying to pick something that wasn't white, still is a lovely background.
Yeah, it's like
a pale green. Mm-hmm. It's still fun. Yep. But I think this is a trap that many quilters fall in, where you kind of have the 1 inch away view, and you need like the, a football field away view.
Right. Yeah.
So you're going, is this where
So, it was my first time really using K-facet fabric.
Sure.
And like, some of these are very large, like it's a large print like this, but I'm cutting out just the yellow.
Sure.
Or whatever. So this actually is a blue, orange, and yellow flower that I needed or pink. Did I say pink in there? Pink. And it's not orange at all. It's pink and blue and yellow. Whereas, like here, see?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I need the pink here.
Sure.
So how can I make sure that I'm not getting the blue? So I really think too much.
Yeah, classic overthink.
Right.
But who hasn't fallen prey to that,
Right. Right. And then, we've talked about quilts. I'm just going to put this on the floor.
That sounds great.
That as you're making them and you have that magnifying glass, even without a magnifying glass, you're like, oh my gosh, that point isn't matching. It's, should I take it out? Should I, we fight with ourselves. And then, especially for me, something that I struggle with gets quilted, bound, done. And then I'm like, oh man, that one gave me such a hard time. And I'm like, and I look at it and I can't find where I was struggling.
Right.
So sometimes you can, obviously you're like, I turned that block and now it's quilted and bound. I'm not undoing it, like that's the end. Those are the ones you gift.
Yeah.
So that you don't have to see them anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was one of the first, it's on the floor now, but it was one of the first ones that I bound myself and did a fun, like,
decorative
stitch on the binding so that it would, and yeah, I mean, I've had lots of people who love this quilt and they're like, oh, would you sell that one? And like, that quilt, I said, okay, I don't like the word hate, but I did not like that quilt the entire time I was making it until it was bound. And I was like, okay, it's pretty good. So, now I feel like I can't get rid of it because I want to still be able to tell that part of the story that, yeah, Scrappy and me, I love when you make a scrappy quilt. Love it.
Mm-hmm. And it's fine when it's finished, but the process is not fun for you.
No.
Got it. I definitely want to talk about some other things, but I'll pull them up directly later. So what keeps you coming back to your sewing machine these days?
First of all, it just helps me when your mind has got too many things.
Mm-hmm.
It just is a nice way for me to go and focus on something because I pick things that are challenging.
Sure. So
that it is, okay, let me think about this and not worry so much about the other things of the world, of my life, of whatever, like this is a good therapy, right?
Yeah.
It's a good way to kind of take my mind off of the stresses of the world. And I get to make something beautiful at the same time.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty awesome. So what do you find are the benefits that you get from quilting, quote unquote?
Well, it's now my job.
Well, that's true. That's true.
But also like I love that there's a handmade gift that can be given at the end.
Absolutely.
I love that there is art being made, that there's that it's able to get that creative juices going and things like that. So all of that is very beneficial. Also, like I always, as a child and growing up, wanted to be a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to school and I was going to be a teacher and I went and had to observe in classrooms and I went, I don't think I can do this because I want to take all of the children home with me. Yeah. Like especially if they seem to be suffering, if they were just a little bit like, maybe their hair didn't get brushed that day. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they need someone to brush their hair. And maybe they just fought their mom that day.
Yeah, right.
And she gave up and said, no,
yeah, we're going to pick our battles. Right. You got shoes on, we're going.
We're good. Yeah. So it wasn't that like people were being, but I was like, I don't think I can do this. I'm afraid my heart would break every day.
Sure.
So I realized quickly that was not the route for me. But I get to be a teacher in everything that I do here.
Yeah.
So even when it's like helping people on the sales floor and getting a new person that works for me, and I'm like, here's how you do that, right? I get to teach that part of it. I get to teach with quilting. So I get to do art, quilting, teaching. It's like the best. It's the best.
Plus, like I just think of, especially now that we own the business.
Yeah.
All of the connections we've made, all of the friends that we have made.
Yes.
I mean, I joke with my non-sewing friends. I'm like, I'm sorry, quilting is my whole life. That's my whole personality. Yeah. So you're going to have to hear about it.
Right. Yeah. What else can we talk about?
Exactly. I'm like, what did you do? I talked about quilting. I looked at fabric. Yep. I bought patterns. Like this, that's all I did. That's all I did.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely that benefit for sure.
For sure.
But it also like builds confidence. It does so many good things for you.
Yep. Connects with community.
Yeah.
Like-minded people, things like that. So
Okay, so what is your quilting superpower?
So, right before I went on leave to have my hip replaced this last time, this last time I was out, right before that, I had a customer come in and she said, are you the points lady? And I was like, points? And I thought prairie points, right? And I'm like, I don't do that. I'm like, who's she thinking about? Like, mom will do prairie points. She doesn't want to, but like it was just not, we were not communicating together.
Yeah.
Right. And she's like, I said, maybe Debbie, are you talking about like putting prairie points on the outside? She's like, no, points, like you match them up. And so I'm like, oh yeah, that's me. So it is extremely important that I keep, that I don't lose a point.
Absolutely.
That I keep everything, that I find the techniques that I can use, the tools that I can use to get as close to perfect as possible.
Yes.
Okay,
so you didn't ask me, but if you ask me what your quilting superpower is,
yeah.
You are so fast.
Oh,
and not only are you so fast, but it's so good.
Yeah.
Like how you can get your points to match and everything to be just like so crisp and awesome.
Yeah.
And also you do it so fast. I mean, like there was a project you were helping me with not that long ago, and I'm at the iron and I'm fussing, and you're just like, get after it. Go. So I'm still at a place where I fuss a lot more.
I shouldn't be hollering at
you. Oh my gosh. No, it's just because we're sisters. She wouldn't holler to anybody else. But, like it amazes me. You'll go home and come back, after a weekend and you have 3 quilt tops done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what, how, when?
Yeah.
Do you sleep? Do you eat?
Yeah.
Do you do human things?
So Jason feeds me. He doesn't actually feed me. He like brings me a cheese sandwich, right? Here's a grilled cheese for you.
Sure. You have some help.
I do have some help. Yeah.
You're still amazingly fast and also like amazing.
Thanks.
Okay, so what is kind of next up for you? What's under your needle? What are you working on now?
So this is going to be a long time because I always have, this is a project that I'm working on for myself.
Sure.
So
shop samples, things for work always come in front.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and I think I've already shown these, but these guys here.
Oh my gosh, look at how small that piecing is.
This little piece, these little bitty squares in here, you cut 1-inch strips, so that is a 1/2 inch finish.
That's too small.
Okay.
It's not too small, but the people make smaller, but oh my gosh, the back is so beautiful.
Right? Look at the back. I've spun the seams, I've opened the seams. It's gonna lay flat,
Yeah.
Anyway, so
no one should ever look at the back of my quilt. That's where all of my secrets live. But the back of Danielle's are just as beautiful as the front.
Yeah. So, and sometimes I don't follow their recommendations on how to press, and then I get 3 steps in, and then I go, and now I've got a twist in the seam somewhere. This happens to me.
Yeah,
it happens to. So, but this quilt pattern is called Oh My Gosh. And every single time I show these to anyone, they go, oh my gosh. I'm like, yeah, that is, they named the pattern correctly.
Absolutely.
So, this is just going to be a back burner situation. It's one of those that I'm like, ooh, I want to get that done. This is not a get it done.
Yeah. You're kind of, you're taking your time, enjoying the process, all that.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah. So
you have another quilt over there that we didn't get to talk about, and I want you to talk about it.
Okay.
So we kind of talked about things that were challenges that you faced, but this is something that you challenged yourself to do, and you did it.
Yeah. So this was the first collection of Tula Pink that we ever got in, was this line work, the black and white collection. And when we got that, I was like, I really wanted to show off
all these cute little animal prints.
Yeah. So I guess they can see this pretty good.
Pandas.
So I wanted a big space, right? And I'm sure there was a pattern out there that I could have found, but I didn't. I was like, I'm just going to design something. So I got graph paper first and kind of drew out a little bit. And it's too hard for me to, maybe I can do this, but like it rainbows down the quilt. So like it starts up here.
Because line work kind of does the same thing. The majority of the prints are black and white, but they have splashes of rainbow color throughout.
Yeah.
So we picked all those colors.
Little bits. So then I picked the colors, paintbrush solids, and then I laid it out. And anyway, so I wrote a pattern.
She wrote a pattern.
I mean,
that's awesome.
Why not? And then, we got it quilted. I bound it with did a different little decorative stitch and used that
tent stripe.
Yes,
so
I love it. Love it on a binding. So, I would love to write more patterns, but at the same time, like that's not, I challenged myself.
You did it?
I did awesome. It. If it is something that I can't find out in the wild,
sure,
I could do it again.
Yeah.
The thing is that there's already so many great patterns.
Sure.
And I can then take, because I frequently do this, I take it and then I twist it and I make it my own, right?
Yes.
I make it work with the fabric that I have and the whatever I need. So
yeah. I don't know if that's a family trait or a quilter trait, but I feel like I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I get a pattern, I read it, and then I'm like, they don't know me. I'm gonna do it my own way.
Yeah.
And also I'll be like, well, but I have extra fabric, so if I redo this border to this side, and I redo all the math anyway.
Yeah.
So why did I buy the pattern? Because they did most of it. I mean, it's still worth $10 for me not to have to think out the middle. But I'm always then redoing it, and then halfway through I'm going, that's why they told me to do it that way, and that's not what I did.
Right.
Oops.
Well,
you learn.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, is there anything else about your quilting journey that you want to share with the people? Also, while she's answering that, are there any questions that you all have for Danielle that we didn't answer?
There are still quilts. There is a quilt in this room that I don't like.
Yes, I know.
There are quilts that you make that you're just like, I mean, it turned out and it's okay and it's fine, Sure. But so that happens to everyone. So that's kind of what I want to give to everybody is don't make it this is still a hobby and should be fun.
Yes.
So you can use the tools to get as close to perfect as you can. Making sure that you've got a good 1/4 inch, making sure you've, starched your fabric if that's what you need to do. Like on these little bitty guys, you better believe that fabric is starched because I don't want it to shift or I'm not going to get anything to meet up. So, you're going to use those tools. And sometimes I don't, depends on what the quilt is. But just knowing that it's okay. If it doesn't turn out, keep going.
Yeah.
Because you've already got the fabric. You've already started. If you can't fix it in a way that is going to be pleasing, you can always give it away. That's my opinion.
It will still keep somebody warm.
Yep. And there are so many people that have no handmade quilt.
Yeah.
That makes me sad.
Me too.
So.
Awesome. I think, one thing that I have learned too in quilting is that there are so many different directions you can branch out to, right? Like, so you can do curves, you can do foundation paper piecing, you can do English paper piecing or applique or whatever.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I decided yesterday that I'm going to do an applique project for the first time in my life.
Yeah. But also you can decide that you don't want to do any of those things and you can pick your lane and you can stay there forever if you want. I mean, there's all different things. There's also, like other sewing. You could do garment sewing. You don't have to. You could do embroidery, but you don't have to. So there's a lot of places you can go. But also, if you have found the thing that makes you happy and that's what gets you up in the morning, like do that thing forever. It is totally fine.
Yeah. Just like we say with people who are like, well, I didn't actually quilt it. Somebody else quilted it for me. I'm like, so what?
Yeah.
You know?
You did the part you like to do. That's what you're supposed to do. You're doing the right thing. It's fine. So Julie asks, Danielle, do you have a bunch of unfinished projects like the rest of us?
I sure do.
Yeah.
So, and it's mostly, this is what happens. I found 2 yesterday because I cut the fabric. Sorry, I'm going to cough now. I cut the fabric to make a shop sample. And then we sold it all.
Yeah.
And so I started to make something, and then I'm like, well, I have to make a shop sample for the fabric that just came in.
Yeah.
And I already sold this, so move that over. Because I was going, man, if I just put the borders on that, we could quilt it. I could, we don't have the fabric anymore. Okay, then I could sell it. I could donate it. I could do whatever, So I have a lot of things that are pretty close to done or,
So Deborah asked if it was the black and white quilt that you don't like. No, this is not a quilt that she doesn't like.
I love this quilt.
Another quilt that it hangs in my office so that she doesn't have to look at it. But it's still a good quilt to have because we love the quilting pattern that's on there. But also it's a learning, this is
plaid where the plaids aren't as straight. And because they are larger plaid and then the next one is a smaller plaid, it just doesn't, your eye doesn't travel around it well. And I mean, most people would not care, but I'm like,
yeah, it's still a gorgeous quilt. It just drives her a little bit bonkers. And that happens. Vicky asks, how do you organize your scraps?
I do not. The end.
Yes, I do know this about you.
This is seriously. I have a tall trash can from like a kitchen sized trash can, that is under my cutting table. And I cut and I've got and when it is slivers, it goes. Okay. And that's like you're cutting off your 0, you're cutting your straight edge. Those go. Anything else, I'm like, they go into this trash can. It is beyond full. I don't know what's ever going to happen with those scraps. They are not organized.
No. And you don't scrappy well.
I don't scrappy well. And I mostly am like, I don't care enough to organize them.
But someday. Or you will gift them to someone who loves to scrappy. I
sure will.
And it will be the best day of their life.
Yep. You better believe it.
Yep. I am in a similar boat with my scraps. I tend to be like, okay, these are this size, I'll cut them down to whatever. I have done that like maybe 3 times. I'm really good about processing my backing scraps because they're like a pretty good piece. And so I'll, cut those or whatever. But otherwise I have a real good stack going of things that I need to deal with. But that's not the part that makes me happy and is like fun for me. So I just keep putting it off, and that pile gets taller and taller.
So organization. Okay, this is gonna sound terrible. Like the sales floor at my shop is the most important, and so it gets organized and looks beautiful.
Yes.
My office is not that way. My desk is a little bit less. Okay, and my sewing room, I'm not organizing it. I have bought magazines on how to organize your life, and I read them, but it doesn't change anything. It doesn't magically make me an organizational.
Yeah. Sometimes for me too, like I can work within a system, but I don't want to develop the system. So I need someone to come over and tell me where the things go. And then
you got a box for me, and that's where all the 5-inch squares go. Great. I'm doing it.
Yes. But did I think of getting the box for the squares? No, that didn't happen.
No.
Also, I'm like, I'm not entertaining guests in here. It's really
Right.
fine. I can just close the door and no one needs to know.
And it gets cleaned up. It's not like it's terrible, but it's just one of those things that I'm like,
you're like, I'm in the
those
middle
could
of a
go-
project, so this is a pile and this is a pile and this is a pile, and I understand what it is and no one else needs to know.
Right.
I can be a little bit chaotic in my crafting, so that means that things aren't always exactly where I want them to be.
I'm waiting for like 6 people to be like, I'll take your scraps.
I know, right? Exactly. Okay. Well, I don't see any other questions coming in. Thanks for sharing a little bit today and showing some older quilts that maybe some of our friends haven't seen.
Yeah.
I think we're going to run and get the sales floor open and ready for you at 11. So come see us.
If you don't know, we have fabric on sale today.
We do. Oh my gosh, I forgot. I was going to get off without saying anything. All month in November, we are doing, most of the month in November, we're doing Thankful Thursdays. Okay, Thanksgiving is a holiday, so we're not doing that week. Okay, fine. This week, on Thursday, started our sale. We have every piece of fabric that we have in this building that was designed by Tim Holtz is on sale. It is like a very strange % off because Danielle and I were arguing about what price we wanted it to be. And so we said, let's go in the middle. Yeah, that sounds great.
So it's all $9.59.
$9.59 is where we landed. I know that's strange, but that's where the math worked out. So
it is perfect.
Yes. So if you need some Tim Holtz for only 3-digit price and not 4-digit price.
Yeah, right.
Check us out.
You can order it online.
Yes.
You can come in and shop.
Yes. So for those who maybe aren't as familiar, Tim Holtz has been releasing this line called Palette. So he has had 10 SKUs in a specific colorway all year long. We don't have all of them. We have a lot of them, but they're like ticket stubs and stamps and maps and all kinds of cool stuff.
He was a scrapbooker
Correct.
before he was a fabric designer, and I think he still does both. But yeah.
So if you like that kind of ephemera, vintagey look, this is your speed. You should definitely check it out. There is a post on our Facebook with a link probably above or below where we are now. Anyway, check that out. Come in store. You can purchase online and through the end of Monday. Today's your last day to get it in store. So come on in. We'll see you soon.
All right.
Bye.